Hi, Vonner Elementary. This is Sarah Amos, and I'm coming to you with an RTI video lesson on math. And this particular lesson is specifically designed for first graders, but I think that it could also be used with some kindergartners that are ready for this next step, and it can also be used with your first or second graders and even maybe some third graders that need some remediation with these doubles facts. And just kind of a disclaimer, I'm not a pro at this, so you're going to see a lot of mistakes, and I hope you will give me some grace and realize that this is the first time for me to record a lesson. So my daughter is over here and she's going to help me with it. And the purpose of this video, when I was making my phone calls to a lot of the parents, they said, I just can't get on the internet. We have one device, I've got 3 kids, and we can't be on the internet for that long. So I wanted to give you a lesson that you could do without having to have any internet. You could use things that you have at home and things that are easy and fun for the kids where they get to do some fun learning and you can use the materials for other things. And I'm actually going to do another reading lesson where you use the same materials. So in this activity, all you need is a sheet of paper. You can take notebook paper or you can take just a blank sheet of paper. And what I teach my kids in RTI, we make 4 squares a lot. And so I tell my kids to fold their paper hot dog and then to fold it hamburger. And so for this, we are going to do a hot dog fold, and so we just fold down the middle like this, and you have 2 columns, and so the kids have a hot dog fold, and they'll know what you're talking about, especially if they're in RTI with me. And you're going to write the equation, the problem, which we call an equation, on one side, and then on the other side, you're going to write the sum. And the sum is the answer that we get when we add 2 parts together. And so we're doing doubles facts. And this is something when they learn their doubles facts, they can use that knowledge to go on to do more math that's more complicated. If they can remember that 2 plus 2 equals 4, then they can know, well, 2 plus 3 is just 1 more. And so it starts to help them make sense of more math. And that is our goal. And so what I've done is we've taken plastic eggs and we used a dry erase marker because we wanted to be able to reuse them for different activities. And we're not going to Walmart now to buy more, so we're reusing what we have. So our first fact says 0 plus 0. So these are your add-ins, and the answer that you get is your sum. So you can hand these to your kids. They can write the equation down on their paper. So they would write 0 plus 0, and then they would write the sum, the answer that they get when they add. And then they can open up their egg, and inside their egg is the answer to that equation. And each number that we add is called an add-in. And so we try to teach that vocabulary and reiterate it so that kiddos are familiar with that when they see it in other places. We call it the grown-up language, that we have to use the fancy words instead of just saying the number. We say the add-in, and instead of saying the answer, we say the sum. So, and then here again, 1 plus 1, and they can take the add-ins, add them together, find the sum, and then they can write it on the paper, and then they can check themselves and see, was I right? So, and then we have ours labeled all the way up. We had 12 eggs, and so we went through and just did all of our doubles facts, and went through here. And so after you do this with your doubles facts, something neat that you can do when they get better at the doubles facts, where you can move on to another skill where you can reuse more of what you have, you can take the eggs, and instead of keeping the 6 plus 6 together, you can mix it and have them mix colors, and then you just can create new sums. Find the sum would be different inside the egg, and so you can separate them, combine different add-ins, and have them answer the question that way. I hope that this helps. I hope that this is a resource that you can use that helps you be able to have something you can create and then let them have fun with on their own, because it is self-checking, so you don't need to be with them every second of the day to make sure that they're getting this skill. And they know, and they open it up and they're like, that's not right, and they can go back and figure out where they made their mistake. And like I said, as they get better with it, mix up the numbers, make them do 6 plus 8, and start out maybe if you had 5 plus 5, go with 5 plus 6, so they're learning it's a double plus 1, and that's an important skill. And you also have 0, and that's an important concept to help them to remember that any number plus 0 is going to give them that same number, and that's something important that makes math easier if they can get that concept down. I appreciate your time. I hope this was a help. Let me know, send me a message if there's other things that you would like to see us do. We will try and do those, and we hope that this video finds you well. And stay safe and stay healthy, and we so look forward to the day that we can teach your kids again in person. Goodbye.